Hey, my name's Alan Miles. Today I want to talk about my experience of the 10x Mentor Group and how Cardone literally destroyed me. So as I say, my name's Alan Miles. I'm the owner of Team Miles Elite Coaching. We specialize in health and wellness coaching. I also run Pomelo Culture, which is focused on improving business culture and showing entrepreneurs how to launch an online business in as little as 30 days. I've been part of the 10x Mentor Group for around 4 weeks, and I wanted to share my honest feedback on it. I've been following Grant for a little bit, I suppose 6 or 7 months. I've read a number of his books, things like The 10x Rule, Be Obsessed or Be Average, Sell or Be Sold, and I got a virtual ticket to GrowthCon this year. I'm in the UK, couldn't get myself over to Vegas, but it was something like, I don't know, like $90, which is about 75 quid. So I thought it was worth a watch, and it was a good watch. Anyway, ended up watching a webinar one evening. It was on at about 11 o'clock UK time, finished at about 1 in the morning. And the webinar went on to say about how the world as we knew it was about to basically end, and that we needed to be prepared. And it made a lot of sense. So at the end of it, that they made an offer for an 8-week mentorship program, and it was just under $1,000. So again, given the exchange rate, it worked out okay. I appreciate $1,000 is still a decent amount of money. However, I had invested quite heavily in myself over the last few years, and had spent considerably more than that on other coaching programs. So I figured it was worth the risk, and I kind of assessed it and thought, well, I can probably get at least $1,000 worth of value out of this as a very, very worst case. So let's just give it a go and see what happens. And what happened next was quite interesting. Like the very next day, there was another long webinar, like on Zoom, and Grant basically very quickly took my beliefs. He took my current approach to business, my current approach to how I juggled my family life, and my thoughts of the future, and basically completely destroyed it. Literally, like, took all of those things, threw them in the bin, in the trash, and set fire to the trash can. Like, those things were gone. He took them all, threw them in the bin, basically get rid of them. They're rubbish. And then proceeded to rebuild me and give me the tools to rebuild myself stronger, bigger, more intense, and more effectively than anyone else I had ever worked with. Like, he literally unblocked something like deep inside me up here that I'd always been afraid to let loose, like my true inner belief, I suppose. And I think we all have that thing inside of us, that thing that we wish we could do. We wish we did this. And you'll be in a situation and fear kicks in, and then all of a sudden you bottle it and you leave the situation. And then as you walk away, you're like, yeah, well, what I would have done if I'd have had another opportunity, if I'd have known that was coming, is I'd have done this and I'd have done this and all this stuff. But actually you did none of it because you were held back by the fear. And just a few weeks ago, I wouldn't even have done this video, but I'd have sat there and thought, yeah, well, you know, I could have posted a video and I'd have probably said this on the video and it'd be really good and all that kind of stuff. But fear would have held me back in case some hater jumped on and told me, your beard's rubbish, and the wall in the background is not very nice, and like, I hate people from Britain, or whatever it might be. But here I am in the space of 4 weeks. I've managed to completely change who I am as a human. Obviously I'm still me, but I've allowed my inner self to come out. I found a passion to build my life, to build my business, like to chase dreams that up until this point I really thought were unachievable, or don't dream too big. And I can honestly say I've never felt, well, I have felt this way. I felt this way when I was about 16 years old and I finished school and I went out into the big bad world, and then the big bad world basically squashed me to the floor. But I'm back. And to put this into context, because it's all well and good, like saying how great I feel and all that kind of thing, but what does that what does that actually result in? And to put it into context, I've doubled my business revenue in 30 days. I've signed up 500% more clients than I did last month. I've gone out and established a second business that is already making profit. The relationship I have with my wife and with my kids is stronger and better than ever. I feel unstoppable, like a freight train. The brakes don't work. I'm hurtling down this track, and nobody and nothing is going to stop me from getting to my goals. Like mentally, I found the strength and the courage to truly believe in myself in front of strangers, something that I was always worried about doing because of rejection. I don't care if you like me or not anymore. I'm me, and I'm on a mission to provide a life for my family, a life that I could have only dreamed of as a kid, and to inspire and help hundreds of millions of people around the world, to show them that you can achieve your goals. Whatever your goal is, you can go out there and you can achieve it. You just need to have the right framework and mechanism. And if you're feeling lost right now with all this coronavirus stuff going on, maybe you've been furloughed, maybe you've lost your job, maybe the industry you work in is literally falling apart, or maybe you're just scared and you're fed up of being stuck at home and you don't know how to escape this current situation, I encourage you to take a look at something like the 10X Mentor Program. Reach out to me. Like, let's just have a chat. I'm quite happy to help anyone who feels what I'm saying resonates with them. And I promise you, like, the proximity you get inside of this program with people like Grant and the rest of his team, like Jared, Steve Spray, Brandon Dawson, like, they're constantly there, constantly jumping on another live call, another Zoom call, another Facebook Live. It's like, geez, like, do you guys not have anything else to do? You're helping us. It's costing like $1,000, like $1,000, and all of these people who are making hundreds of millions of dollars, at least tens of millions of dollars for some of them, like, they're all far busier than I would consider myself to be, but yet they are finding the time to help people. They are passionate about helping people. Like, if you are stuck, jump on board something like this. Like, there's a saying that really sticks with me, in that they say that the people you surround yourself with, like, you become. So you need to make a choice to surround yourself with the people that are empowered to be great, that are empowered to help others, and empowered to really dominate um, dominate their life. Like, the 10X Mentor Program has changed my life. It's changed my family's lives. It's changed my clients' lives, and I'm all in. So for anyone who is sat on the fence, or anyone who isn't sure how to move forward, jump on board. That would be my biggest message. Take the plunge. You have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to actually implement changes. You can't just sit and listen and smile. You've got to work. But I promise you, the stuff you will learn inside of this program is worth 100, if not 1,000 times the price it costs to get in there. Take care, guys.